This contest is scheduled for 3 4-minute rounds for the DC Amateur Bantamweight Championship. Brought to you tonight by 9 Round Kickboxing and Fitness. Introducing first, fighting out the Twin J blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5'9", weighed in 137 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 6 wins, 5 defeats. Representing the Soldiers MMA in fighting out of Lincoln, Nebraska, by way of Auburn, Nebraska, Josh Scrappin' Mad Dog Sciarappa. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the Nebraska lottery red corner, is a hybrid fighter standing 5'8", weighed in 135 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 4 wins, 1 defeat. Representing Lincoln Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and fighting out of Lincoln, Nebraska, Lucas, the Pizza God Beardslee. Your referee in charge of the action, Rob Lewers.
All right, here we go. You got Josh Sciarappa is in the blue shorts and Beardslee's in the black shorts. Henry, this time I can actually tell the difference in these guys' shorts.
Yeah, man. Oh, good. Decent shot on the guillotine.
Is that Derek Minner guillotine there?
Not quite. He's over. And you're kind of seeing him fade a little bit. So I think this is where, as opposed to what Wesley Schultz did earlier, you're seeing, one, he's passing to the side, and two, Sciarappa's shoulders were below his neck. No, right now, I might keep that head grip to try to load it back up. Oh, he's in on this choke. I think he's moved into a no-arm choke. At this point, he's got to move. He's got to cut the corner.
Man, I'm
he's
excited.
Getting a high elbow, man. This is not looking.
I'm excited to see Sciarappa showing
he's in on
some
this
jits here.
guillotine.
Man, what is Beardslee doing to try to defend this
so
here with
that arm over the shoulder, you're kind of putting your shoulder into Sciarappa's neck. So what's that doing is making it uncomfortable for him, and it's kind of messing with his angle. So if I was Sciarappa, I would have wanted, when he initially got this guillotine, which was deep, I'd have gone with the right elbow over his shoulder, which would have stopped from this.
It doesn't look like he's about to finish this. I mean, if you're Sciarappa at this point, what do you want to do?
No, he's kind of losing this. Beardslee is going a little pink. He might be able to readjust. Beardslee should not have let go of that overhook that he had on the shoulder. Man, I'd sell.
There he goes. He got out. He got it. Man, you know he's going to be working to get his breath back now, though.
I'd have either been looking to come up or readjust like he did. I'll give him that. He did well there. Beardslee's going to have some ground to make up, but he does have 2 minutes this time to do it. You know, one thing, Beardslee did go 3 rounds with Ashton Caniglia, so he has done 3-4s before. That might be, though you know, Sciarappa's gone in some 9-minute wars and not gone tired, so, you know, cardio probably won't be an issue.
Yeah, I don't like seeing Sciarappa fighting off his back like this. I think he's a stand-up and brawl guy. I just don't want to see him on his back like this.
You know, and he had great attempts on that guillotine, and I can't fault him for not letting go. So that probably did take a toll on his arms.
And I think right now he's just in a survive mode, in all honesty.
Yeah.
I just don't know what kind of game he has from this position at this point.
You know, and you're not I don't think he has much wall work. I'd be going left underhook to try to come up. He is getting a regard though, or he's trying to. He's get that hook over and kind of drag his foot into a half guard. They are in Beardslee's corner, so. I
mean, at this point, is there any chance for him to go for that deep guard? That deep half. grab that leg.
Now I'm looking to use the cage. He's close enough to the cage. Beardslee needs to kind of circle him off this cage a bit. Ooh, good.
Oh, gave his
back. If he gets back to the mat, though, he's kind of.
There you go.
Maybe he could peel him. Well, Beardslee's kind of addressing the issue. Now he's got a tripod. See if he can chuck him over. If he sits back, then you're going to start seeing a hand fight.
So what's Beardslee going after there with that arm? I mean, it's like some sort of.
He's kind of fitting that. He's got time. He's over the chin, man. He's just going to neck crank this.
Man, I'll tell you what, I've been in that position. That hurts.
Now he's going gable grip. He's losing it though. He's going to tough this out.
Man, that was a tough first round. Who do you give that to?
We're going to round number 2 once again.
Who do you give that round to, Henry?
Until that last bit, I would have gave it to Sciarappa for the guillotines. I'm going to give it to Beardslee solely due to the fact that he was – I feel like he kind of negated the guillotine attempts with that rear naked choke at the end, getting as deep as it is, and to get the position and the takedown.
And yeah, I mean, in all honesty, you know, and even though he was in that guillotine and he was in danger of that guillotine, he did have top control the whole time, and really wasn't ever in any fear of losing that either.
It's hard to win a fight off your back or win a round off your back. You know, like I said, up until that last maybe 30 seconds, I would have gave it to Sciarappa. Going to mount, getting the punches, and getting to the back, and then the rear naked choke, I think just kind of, I don't want to say stole it, but it helped seal the round for him.
So real quickly, if you're Sciarappa's corner, what do you want to see this round?
Man, I want to see him in a brawl. I think he's got to make this ugly. I think he did a good job with the guillotine. I wouldn't depend on it all the time. And if I'm Lucas, man, I go back to the ground. I thought he did well other than the guillotine attempt, so maybe get your head right in the, which he is, go more head in the chest and just address that guillotine issue. And I don't think he has as much of a problem. Looks like he's going more to a body lock single. Now he won't worry as much with the guillotine.
There you go.
Scrap's got to go to a whizzer.
Man, he went straight to the back there. He's trying to get those.
Oh, and he's leg over, man. Scrap's got to start moving. He's got to, I thought he had an arm trap, but I guess not. He's getting the arm over, so that's good. The body triangle's kind of going to make that a little bit of an issue. They are in his corner this time, so he'll be able to hear from Torrey Williams. I think Beardslee, I'd be going up into on top. Keep that body. Oh, I'd have kept the body triangle.
So, you know, I hear a lot of mixed reviews on the body triangle. There's not a lot of position change you can do from that. Explain to me what the advantage of that body triangle is.
You know, it's just hard to get out of. I think at times you're, especially, well, and with MMA, you can really grind on somebody's cardio. Keep that pin, and you're able to punch more, whereas jiu-jitsu, first off, they won't reward you points for a body triangle. I think you can do more damage with the body triangle and hold them more in MMA, so I would favor that for an MMA position.
Well, you know, I find it interesting is you talk to somebody like James Krause, and he talks about MMA grappling and how much different it is than everything else. So what you're saying is you think that body triangle is more effective in MMA than it is in wrestling or in jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, I would, specifically for the MMA grappling portion of it. Though I think right now you're seeing guys not work the back as much in MMA, I think you're seeing more of the TKO. They'll go to mount. Knee on belly is a bigger thing nowadays. Scraps, he's got to address this, man. He wasn't getting that arm over the head. Now he got it.
So here's something that I hear a lot, and Duke Rufus preaches this. And it's something that I see that Beardslee doing now, and that's having your hands on the mat.
He cannot go flat. Well, little different in mount as much.
Okay.
I think especially on from guard, you're going to want to address that issue. Man, Scrap's sitting in the middle of the cage. I'd be looking more if I was him. I'd want to be up against the cage, use that to push off. He's got to watch out for this arm triangle. This is the second time this has kind of been an issue. Man, Lucas needs to get this leg down. I don't like him having that leg over necessarily from here.
Is he trying to move into that maybe more of a crucifix type of position here?
That's why I would have been worried, because he would have bucked off what he did.
Now we're back in side control here with
He's
this reverse triangle.
Yeah, he's going knee on belly. That's going to kind of help. I think
he got his head out.
This. It was a good attempt, though. Good work from Lucas to address that. If you're ever caught in that, do go knee on belly right away. That gets you that distance.
Man, you know what? This fight has been so much more technical than I ever expected it to be.
Well, you know, if I'm Sciarappa, man, I really, like I said, I figured I'd want more of a brawl. I wouldn't want to keep it as technical, and definitely more standing. I think Lucas is definitely forcing this to be more technical by taking it to the ground.
So is Lucas working after, it looks like he's like, well, he was working out of a opposite side Kimura there or something. It was a little, I'm not sure what he was after there.
Well, I thought maybe an Americana at a certain point. He's really mixing well his ground and pound with his submission attempts. not in this round do I feel like he's gotten super close to a submission. Maybe the arm triangles. Is he trying to go to a triangle maybe? Props to Sciarappa. He's pretty much defended everything, but at the end of the day, you're just defending. You're not, it's an easy round to give to Lucas for this one.
So you're Sciarappa this fight. You want to
sell out, try to go for the knockout.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't end up on your back. I mean, in all honesty, that's kind of the way I see it. Is, man, you got to stay on your feet and
stay off the cage. Definitely off the cage.
And don't get on your back. I would much rather see you on top.
I think I look for Lucas to try as far as a takedown, I think he's going to want to push him up against the cage more like he did in the last round. So if I'm Scrap, I'm sitting in the center of the cage and I'm making a home. I'm living there. And I'm making it a brawl because it'd be hard pressed to give him round one, and he lost 2, so I think you just got to sell out on a finish for this round.
And let's be honest, he can do it. He can finish him. He's got the power. He's got the mentality. He's got to stay off his back.
How much did he waste on that guillotine?
That's true.
I would say that I think he'd had the power, but he might have spent a little bit of definitely defending. He spent some time. And that guillotine would have kind of put some lactic acid in those arms. Props to Lucas, fighting super smart, man. This is where I'd want to be. Scrap getting the defense. He's got to get this good work from Scrap, getting distance with this with that post with the forearm.
He's got.
I don't.
Now he's got him lifted.
I don't really like the arm in for this. If I'm him, man, I'm getting the guillotine, and then I'm going to try to go no arm in.
Man, I want to see him get that underhook on the other side there and get Beardslee's back against the cage. Not do that.
Having a little bit of issues again. His back is flat on the mat, so it's going to be hard to finish this guillotine. He's pummeling, though. Lucas needs to bury that shoulder in to kind of deal with that issue. Man,
and we're right where we don't want to be again. He's going after this guillotine.
Lucas, man. I mean, at this point, he is coming with no arm in. Lucas is staying relatively calm, seeing his face.
Yeah, and he's got that. Now he's broken that guillotine.
Good pass from Lucas. If I'm Lucas now, I'm happy, man. I'm going to try to sit in this half guard, and I am going to just grind and try to wind this clock down.
Can you see where that back arm is? I can't tell exactly what he's got going on there.
I don't know if he's trying to go for if he's trapped, or maybe he's going to try to come in under for a wrist control. I'm not liking this pinning combo that Lucas has been going for. I don't necessarily like the knee over. I don't think he's the stronger guy. So I think that's why you're seeing Scrap. You're seeing Scrap come out. Good work from Scrap. Oh, man. Lucas needs to address this, get his back flat to the cage, which he is. I'd break off if I was Lucas, man. Scrap, you got to go that left elbow over, go high elbow.
Yeah, he's got his head on top of that head and not there.
Man, there's some good attempts on this guillotine, just a few adjustments, and I think he sticks it.
No, I'm just concerned that he's selling out for that guillotine and ending up on his back so much, which we talked at the beginning of this round is where the one place he didn't want to be this round.
Yeah, my only counter argument is at least this round you got to get a finish. So if you're going to lose the takedown, you kind of Hail Mary. But especially in that first round where he went for it a lot, his arms have to feel heavy right now.
Man, I liked he had that arm isolated at one point too. I thought that maybe he was going to go for an omoplata or an arm bar sling over there, and then he just fell back into that full guard, that open full.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Lucas hasn't been attempting as much guard passing this last kind of ground transition.
Well, I think that Lucas knows that he's got this in the bag as long as he can stay on top here. As long as he stays heavy in those hips.
I just want to see him get to half because I think he's just a ton more safer. I feel like Scrap's kind of been he's digging his head in, and for some reason he's been getting caught in these kind of guillotine positions. Now I pass that knee and I just sit in half from here. Yep, and he's going to try to bundle this up here.
So, I mean, if you're Scrap at this point, with 30 seconds left, do you just try to tie him up and try to get the stand up, or?
I mean, I'll give my back, honestly, just so I can do something. Either, come to a guillotine if you can't break off, or if you're not getting away from this body lock, then I am going to go for a guillotine. But for him, I try to get some separation. Lucas is staying glued. He does not. He knows that. Ooh, good body kick. See, that was what Lucas wanted to stay out of for the most part.
Yeah, but they would have just taken Scrap one punch there to change the entire course of that fight. But I think that Beardslee kind of, dominated all 3 rounds there. Well, the second 3 rounds. Oh, I'm sure.
Got a good little mark on his chest right now, maybe from a nail. I don't know.
So if you're Beardslee, I mean, what do you take out of this event? Out of this
I
fight?
am tired.
You're tired.
I'm taking the belt home. I
And a
feel
nap.
like grappling wise, he did really well. Honestly, maybe work on some head positioning stuff. In his defense, Scrap did a really good job getting to that guillotine. So, and he did defend.
And I think Scrap's got a lot more to take back from this. You've got a good guillotine, but
he
you
did
can't.
good defending. I'll give him that. He defended well off his back. He countered. He didn't get tapped. I don't think most people would give him as much credit as he did on the ground, and he did attack some guillotines that a few adjustments he'd get.
All right, we're going to send it to Mike Kendall for the final word on this.
Damn, they're going to have to book it on time.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go the judges' scorecards. And the judges score 30-25, 30-26, and 30-27 all for your winner by unanimous decision and new DC Amateur Bantamweight Champion, Lucas, the Pizza God Beardslee.